10 C's for employee. 10 C's for employee engagement. Now these 10 C's are like a recipe how to strengthen employee engagement. So here the argument is, earlier we looked at myself, how much engaged I am, and now we are looking at from leader's point of view, as a leader, as a team head, as someone who is managing others. How can you ensure employee engagement? What are the leadership strategies towards employee engagement? Are you interested in knowing what those are? Yes. Shall we go one by one out loud? Okay, C number 1. Now for each C, I would suggest you to have some evaluation. Give marks out of 5. 1 unsatisfactory, 2 satisfactory, 3 good, 4 very good, 5 excellent. And think about a key challenge with regard to that C and what you can do as a key initiative. That's the spirit that we need to go through the 10 C's. Are we ready?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's go through. First C, read out loud. What is C number 1? Connect. What does that mean? 3 things. Open channel, out loud. Open channels, approachability, mutual benefit. Leaders should get connected to people in order to ensure they are engaged. Some leaders say, my room is open, please come. When the people come, the room is open, the person is missing. Otherwise, they say, my room is open, please come. Huh? The way you say, they are scared to come. Because the moment you say, please come, you give the impression, end the dinner. So, then they are dead scared to come. So, connectivity for mutual benefit. When they come and talk to you, you know what's going in the, you know what's going out there, the ground reality, and so on. Open channels. How do you look at connectivity in your organization? Connect. How are you connected with your team? Some people say, "Ape Bostone vedama thamai." He or she just want to get work done, not even bother to know who we are, not even bother to talk to us, not even bother to have a chat with us. So there's a clear disconnect. It should not be there. So give marks out of 5. Now look at you as a leader. You can look at you as a person in charge. And how can you improve your connectivity with others? Okay? Done? See number 2, read out loud. Career. So what are the 3 things? Challenging work, opportunities for advancement, beyond routine jobs. So what is the difference between a job and a career? Job gives you employment for today, career will give you employment for today and tomorrow, future. And I remember at Nestle, we had a tagline, we don't offer jobs, we offer careers. Careers that brand you for life. I remember going to a small scale garment factory, and at the entrance there was a large hoarding like the PIM1 where it says you join as a sewing operator, after 3 years you become senior sewing operator, then after 5 years you become sewing supervisor and so on, and you can end up becoming production manager. So a young person with a lot of aspiration see this. What is the impression he or she gets? Wow, this is the organization that gives me a career to go up. Not that every sewing operator entering the factory would end up as a production manager, but there's a path available. Clear path is seen. So give that clear path. That's important. Unfortunately, some jobs are dead-end jobs, no future. I remember at Nestle we had a job called Dairy Extension Officer. Who is a Dairy Extension Officer? Who is given a motorbike, who visits the field and help the farmers to look after the cattle and then attend to the well-being of the milk farmers and their cattle and stuff like that. And once there was a retirement of a Dairy Extension Officer. At the retirement function, he said, I joined as a Dairy Extension Officer 30 years ago. I am retiring today as a Dairy Extension Officer 30 years later. I knew it was not a compliment, he was having a little bit of resentment because it was a dead-end job. There was no way for us to promote. That is the nature of that job. It's a field job. So you should try to eliminate some of those dead-end jobs. How to eliminate? What are the things you could do? 2 things. What are the 2 things? Use technology wherever possible. So automate and use the technology. If not, say you have a photocopy operator. So if you have more e-copies, then you don't need photocopy operator. The other option we discussed before lunch. Come on. But it Accenture outsource. Try to outsource, how to get subcontracted rather than having your people. So therefore you don't have to worry about the janitor's future because janitor is an outsourced job. But again, janitor can have a dignified future. In Singapore, when you go to Changi Airport, there's a picture of person next to the toilet, next to the washrooms. And so today I am in charge of the toilet cleaning and given the mobile number. For them it's a sense of pride. And a professor from Australia told me that he is working as a professor, his wife is working as a janitor, the same university. That's the level of dignity that they offer for a job, the career. See the point? So give people careers and opportunities for advancement. Can you do that? Or can you collaborate in doing that? Just give some marks out of 5. Second C. Sorry? Third one, C number 3, read out loud. Clarity. So what are the 3 things? Clear, vision, regular, dialogue, support for strategies. As we discussed in planning, vision should be shared and supported. Share the vision. Sometimes the visions are hanging visions, not living visions. Vision is just confined to a framed picture. You should live the vision. You should live the vision. In the Holy Bible it says, when there is no vision, there is division. Even in Quran the same thing is said. When there is no vision, there is division. So people rally around a vision. Give them a clear vision. Regular dialogue about, are we heading towards a vision? Are we on the right track? Are we having the proper direction? And get support for strategies. Clarity. People should be clear. Unlike the soccer game that we watched, unlike the US workforce that we watched, who were telling their experiences. So give marks. C number 3. Now we have C number 4. Read out loud with energy. Convey. It's all about communication. First one, clarify expectation. Second point, provide feedback. Third one, how and what of it. Not just tell people do that, tell people why you need to do that and how to do that, and again communication. Communicate. When communication stops, conflicts begin. Some team mentioned last evening, the negotiations. So when the communication breaks down, conflicts occur, then you need to have negotiation. Okay? Give marks. How much I am conveying to my people? Is there a way of conveying? Number 5, read out loud. What is number 5? Congratulate. So what does that mean? Read out loud. Generous in recognition. Giving pat on the back. Second point. Catch doing things right. Catch people doing things right. When you see someone doing something right, give on the spot feedback. Wonderful. Fantastic. Well done, Puta. Excellent. Okay, guy, let's go ahead. And at that point, Ulam Bala. That point, employee of the moment. So, gone are the days that we had employee of the year with a framed picture of a frowning face, and then employee of the quarter, employee of the month. The latest is employee of the moment, star of the moment. Give that recognition that time. Sometimes we wait till the end of the year. By the end of the year, the person has already gone. Too late. Too little, too late. How are you doing it?
Now come back policy how to put the photo and then design on the paper who are people at home.
Okay, so there's a policy there. I mean,
so
people get...
all the month that they will see that they are...
Yes, even the month could be too long on the spot. I mean, whenever you see someone doing that, give the recognition on the spot. That's the future. And there was this guy called Ron Kaufman, who is a customer care trainer based in Singapore. He says he brings some stickers and sells the stickers $1 per sticker. He says take the sticker and paste onto the shirt. Super job.
Schools are doing it now.
Of course, he earns money by selling the stickers. But the idea is that some recognition. That's important. Congratulate. And we are very stingy in doing that. In Sri Lanka, as I mentioned, when someone does something wrong, there are so many people to point the finger and blame. When someone does something right, do they appreciate? No, they say that's why they are paid for. That's the mindset that we have. That's the point. Which is not good, which is not healthy. Are we clear? See number 6, read out loud. Contribute. So what are the 3 things? Awareness on employee contribution. Connect to objectives. Third point, transparent tracking mechanism. People should be aware how their performance is connected to the organizational performance, how they are contributing to the organizational well-being, how their efforts are resulted in effectiveness. That message has to be there. So the mechanisms such as we discussed in term 1. So what is the most popular mechanism in the world? Balance scorecard, BS. BS could be a good tool. And the last segment of HRM is about measuring HR. I will be having a video, I'll upload the video. There's a thing called HR scorecard, which is the HR version of balance scorecard. So we will talk about it. I have uploaded an article on that. So I'll put a brief video on HR scorecard, HR performance. Okay. See number 7, read out loud. Control. And remember, engaged employees have to have discipline. Making people engaged doesn't mean that you allow them to do whatever they want, like a country club. It should not happen. So what are the 3 control things? First one, set boundaries. Second one, consistency through conformance. Third point, self-regulation through values. You set boundaries. This is your playing field. Don't step over. Don't exceed. Say if you are a brand manager, you are given a brand budget. You can spend the budget within the range. If you want to get extra provision only, you have to get supplementary approval. So give boundaries. Consistency through conformance. If it is a process, you have to have process parameters. Say even if it is a service, these are the parameters. So confirm all the time. Make sure that you are consistent. That's the kind of control. And finally, the best control I have seen is self-regulation through values. So the most powerful CCTV in the whole world is with us. Where is it? Conscience. So are you aware of what is right, what is wrong? The first casualty of a hired murderer is what? Your conscience gets crashed, shattered. So the moment your conscience is gone, you can do any wild thing. You become an animal. The point of conscience. Very important. Self-regulation through values. Value-based control. Okay? Normative control. Are we clear? See number 8, read out loud. Collaborate. It's about all teaming. What is the first point? High performance teams. Second point? Environment of trust. Third point? Team-based rewards. It's all teaming together. How are you doing it? Just give some marks out of 5. See number 9, read out loud. Credibility. What does that mean? 3 points. Organizational reputation. Second point, high ethical standard. Some people say I am somewhat ethical. There's nothing called somewhat ethical. Either you are ethical or unethical. It's like a digital thing. If there's a crack in the tumbler, it's gone. So, in other words, you have to make sure that you are ethical all the time. And the third point, sensible decision making. Transparent decision making. Don't allow someone to point a finger to you later. I was sitting in the National Business Excellence Awards judging panel last November, and we were interviewing top leaders of the country. Top leaders of companies came with their teams and they made 20-minute presentation in front of the panel. And we realized sometimes leadership is not what people say when you are at the helm. It's what people say when you are left the helm, when you are not there. What you have left for others to observe. So proper leadership, if you have done transparent things, there's nothing you leave for others to talk negative about. It's not what you do while you are there, it's what others say about you while you have gone, while you are not there. That's where the sensible decision making. It applies to political leaders, it applies to business leaders, it applies to any type of organization leader. Agree with me? Finally, C number 10, read out loud. Confidence. What does that mean? High performance standards, walking the talk, relationship to results. Have confidence in people. Show that you are trusting your people. Show that you are giving them responsibilities. You are empowering them. You are delegating tasks to them, and you have confidence in them. I remember, I don't talk about politicians. I don't have much respect, but this particular gentleman, I have some respect. Honorable Deputy Minister Iran Kramer. I mean, not because he's from my college, that's a different story. He said something very sensible. He said, when he was the CEO of NDB, Lucky was it NDB? NDB, no? Iran. So, yeah, NDB. And he said, my philosophy was very simple towards results. I looked after my people and they looked after my business. I looked after my people, they looked after my... See how simple is it? You have confidence in your people, you pick the right people, give them the right job, ensure that they are motivated and give them the right targets and they go ahead in achieving their target. Simple as that, isn't it? So, relationships to results. You maintain proper relationships, you encourage them, you motivate them, you empower them and they produce excellent results. Agree? That's what should happen. Okay? So 10 C's. Can you remember? Shall I read out loud what are the 10 C's for employee engagement? C number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So pick the C that you have given the lowest marks. Your bottleneck. As an individual, as a leader, as someone in charge, pick one C to work on. Even if you say, I have got all C's right, still you can improve first. And if you say, I have to improve all C's, still comparatively pick one C to work on. One C that you would concentrate. And put a star mark. This is the C that I am going to work on. For me, I have seen in Sri Lankan scenario, congratulating is one acutely missing C. Particularly in the public sector, they never congratulate another person's success. They might feel jealous, they might feel insecure, they might feel threatened when someone else is doing better. So those are sad things. So pick one C to work on. What is the C that you need to improve on? Concentrate on that C and strengthen that C. Okay? Any questions on the glue factor? Gluing factor? Binding people, retaining people, engaging them. Anything else? So what is the acute C that you are going to work on? Shall I ask from few people randomly?
Control.
Control. You need to have element of control. Others? How about you? Career. Give people a proper career so that they know where to go. Collaboration. You strengthen your teamwork. Contribution. You ensure everyone is a contributor, everyone is a performer, not a passenger. Good. So can you strengthen your employee engagement? Can you start with yourself in practicing what you preach? You have to be an engaged employee. Then I am going to change your designation. I am going to give you a new designation. Are you ready? What is the new designation I am going to give you now? Excellent employee engager. Shall we say out loud? Excellent employee engager. Are you willing to take that responsibility?
Yes.
Are you willing to do something differently?
Yes.
That's the task that I am going to give you. Give a big round of applause. Big round of applause. Okay? That concludes our discussion on employee engagement or the gluing part. Before moving to the glue, the 6th G, I thought of taking a few minutes to discuss about your assignments, the progress that I saw, particularly since I did not have the chance to talk about it last time. Say, I so far correct